Hello. Welcome to MelMade. This is a podcast about knitting and a little bit of sewing, a little bit of cheeky sewing. I am an experienced knitter. I am a very inexperienced sewer or sewist, but I love both. I find knitting relaxing and sewing a bit too exciting, but it will mainly be about knitting. I've really loved watching some of the podcasts on here. I watched quite a few of them. I'll have to list them later. And I thought maybe I should just join in. It's like a conversation, so maybe just join in the conversation and share a little bit about what I'm making and what my plans are as well. So I am coming to you from a little town near Durham in northeast of England, and I can be found on Instagram as MelMade with handle mellyart13, so you should be able to find that. So we'll start with what I'm wearing. I am wearing my Katherine Howard. It's an Alice Starmore design. Hang on, put my little notes down there. Don't know if you can see it there. It's an Alice Starmore, beautiful, 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 beautiful design from Alice Starmore's Tudor Roses book, which I'm sure lots of you have seen. All of the designs in there are stunning. This was my favourite. It wasn't the first one I did. The first one I tried was the Elizabeth I, which was gorgeous as well. And this was the most challenging pattern I ever knitted, and I managed to complete it. It took me about 4 or 5 months, but I did it. Very, very proud of it. I switched out 2 of the lighter blues. I switched out this blue here, this little tealy blue, and this lighter blue here, and not what was recommended, but it was a very small change because it was blues that was recommended. The idea behind it is that Katherine Howard, there isn't a lot known about her. There's no paintings that are definitely her, and the idea was the blue was like her, you know, almost fading in and out of history, like the mysteriousness of her. And I love blue. Blue's my favourite colour, so I was like, oh, I've got to knit that. So I did, and I'm very, very pleased with it. I don't know how it fits because I knitted it too small. I knitted a small. I've got a medium chest. I don't know why, and I meant to increase, but I got so involved in all of the colourwork cabling, which was really tricky, that I completely forgot to do any shaping. So I blocked it and blocked it and blocked it, and I shouldn't have hard blocked it. I know you're not supposed to, but I was like, I am not going back and doing that again. It's worked. I haven't, apart from the initial blocking, I haven't needed to wash it because it's wool. It's knitted in Alice Starmore's own wool, the Virtual Yarns Hebridean 2-ply. The colours are stunning. It feels gorgeous. I love it. But I haven't needed to wash it again yet, so the time will tell. If I have to wash it and it shrinks again, it will be my own silly fault for not going back and redoing it, but I just couldn't bear it. But no, I'm very happy with it. Let's not talk about that. Let's just say it's going to be wonderful forever. Yes, so that is what I'm wearing. Finished objects. I am a project knitter. I'm not a process knitter. I get stressed when I have too many projects on the go, and I have too many projects on the go. The most I've got, I'm going to insert a picture here because I can't show you, it's sitting on the floor over there, but I can't make the camera work. I have got the Water Lily top by, let me have a look, Meghan Fernandez from the Pom Pom issue, from Pom Pom Quarterly. I've got that blocking down there. I'll put a picture in here. That's been an absolute joy to knit. It was a little bit boring at first. It was very sort of round and round and round with stocking stitch. But I do like to have a mindless round and round stocking stitch project on the go for if I'm in meetings or if I'm just tired. And I'm just looking at it there, it's lovely. So, but then at the top you get to a lovely lot of lace, which is fun, and it's in double knit and DK, so it does go quite quick really. So I've got that block, but it's not totally finished, so I don't know if we can count that as a finished object, but I'm trying to. The other finished object I've got is my Marie Wallin Daffodil. I think that still counts as a finished object. I finished it about a month ago. I knitted that as part of A Year of Marie Wallin knit along, hosted by lovely Nikki from Knitting with Cat Hair podcast. I really, really like that podcast, and me and Nikki seem to like a lot of the same patterns. So I'll insert a picture of that here as well because I've gone and left that upstairs. Works in progress. There's far too many, like I said. Okay, my first one, my favourite one at the moment, is I am continuing with the Year of Marie Wallin knit along. by knitting the Unst, Marie Wallin's Unst from her Shetland book. I'll show you the picture first. This is the book. I'm sure lots of you have seen it. And where is it? So many beautiful things in here. Right, this is it. That's what I'm knitting at the moment. I love colourwork. Colourwork is my favourite. I love how lace looks. I love how cables look. Oh, I love cables. But no, colourwork is my favourite. It's addictive. It's like drawing with wool. And I am an artist, so I suppose drawing, it's textile art is just like any art, isn't it, really? I love Marie Wallin patterns. This is the back. I have done the back and blocked the back. Hold on, let me just hold it up for you. I think the colours are beautiful here. I love the greys and the greens. Woo! And the purples. And it's fun. You never know what you're going to do in the next row. It's stressful when it comes to, I have the back and I have the left front. This isn't blocked. Right, but I mean, I say stressful, I made it stressful for myself because I got a little bit clever, and I thought I'm a small on top, a medium bust, and a small on top, medium bust, small down here. At my waist anyway, not my hips. And I thought, well, normally I would just knit a medium and it would, you know, probably just be a little bit relaxed fit around the waist. But I thought, oh, I'm going to do this fitted. So I did small around the waist and I got clever, I think. And I increased up to the armhole to a medium, knitted medium for about 1 inch. And then whilst shaping the armhole, decreased again to a small. I really, really hope it works. I think it has worked. We'll see when I've got the other side to match and seamed it up. We'll know, won't we? So that's my favourite thing at the moment. I have taken a slight, like a week's break from it because I hurt my elbow doing all the tight colour work. That is my favourite work in progress at the moment. I have got others, many others, right? I am also working on, it's called the Zora cardigan. Hold on, I'll just get it up. And this is what I've done. I've done the back. I've done one of the fronts. I'm working at the front. I sound a bit. I've been working on this for ages, and I don't know. I'm not enjoying knitting it. I don't know why. I don't know why. It's a free pattern on knitty.com. It's a beautiful pattern. I actually saw this. I saw this first on Fruity Knitting. I can't remember her name. There was another lady on Instagram that knits. She put it up and it was gorgeous, and I was like, oh, I'm going to knit that. So I haven't blocked it. It's a little bit bobbly with the lace. I don't know if you can see that. Yes, it's going to be like that. There's one of the front bits. It's going to have a big thick band down the middle. It's going to be quite going in and out cardigan. It's going to be lovely when it's done. I don't know why I'm not working on that as much. I am using. What is the wool I'm using? That's a good question. Hold on. It's over there. It's Amble. No, I can't remember it. I'm going to go and get it and find it and show you. I can't just say Amble. Right. Oh, I had it next to me all the time. But it is Amble. Wandering Souls. The Fibre company. And oh, I love this colour, so that's going to be gorgeous. I don't know why I haven't finished that yet. I will get on with that. I keep getting distracted with other things. My next project, which is making me laugh because it's so bad. It's going to be okay, but it's I'm knitting this for a dear friend of mine, one of my best friends. She did my garden and I said, well, how about I knit you a cardigan? And I thought knitting her something in a natural fibre like cotton or linen would be really nice. She goes to lots of hot places and she likes having things covering her skin and that don't irritate her skin. So we looked at patterns and she settled on this pattern. I was like, oh, are you sure? And she was like, yes, that's the one. And it is the Zoe pattern by Judy Furlong. I'll show you that there. It looks great. It does look great. We'll get to it. I'm knitting it in Lino, which is it's a 100% linen. It's supposed to be thread weight. I think it's a bit thicker. It's a little bit thicker than thread weight, really, but you know, I'm not complaining. I mean, I love knitting with linen. This is my first time knitting with linen. What fun. Oh, it's called Lino, sorry, Katia Lino. White and pearl grey. Oh, because it's a little 2-colour pattern. Now, so far, so good. I started the back. I made lots of holes in the back. It wasn't the right pattern. It was very I found this pattern incredibly difficult to follow. I warned her, I said, it's going to be lace, there's going to be lots of holes, there's 300 stitches, and she was like, don't worry, I love it, it doesn't matter. And I do believe her, it doesn't matter to her, but every time I see it, I'm a bit like, oh, why didn't you just knit it again, Mel? But I just didn't. Can you see it's a bit messy? Oh, a bit cringy, but it is messy. I got the hang of it by the front though, and I was like, it's the back, no one will see. But actually the back is quite noticeable. Anyway, she's happy and we're not going to, I shouldn't really tell you because maybe no one will notice. But the issue that we've had is I figured out the pattern. It took me a while. It's the chart is the key to this pattern. If you can figure out the chart, you've got the lace pattern. I don't know why I kept counting and I think there's only one other finished project of this pattern on Ravelry. And I think I know the reason why. I don't know if the pattern's been recalled. It was very, very hard to find. I think there were some mistakes in the sleeves. It could easily be me. I'm not trying to be harsh about a pattern because I am not an expert. But I got this pattern, I looked everywhere for it and I finally found it on a website. I sent it through, didn't read it through because I was too excited to start patterns. And I don't know if you can see all my little mad scribblings there. I wrote every single line out with where I would be in the pattern and what stitch count there should be. Oh my goodness, it took ages. Did the front right, started the front left, turned the page, and there's a page listing from the pattern. This isn't the whole pattern. I've got the outside pages and I haven't got a whole pattern. So I was like, you can imagine the emoji with lines for eyes. I was just like, I can't believe I've done that. And I had sort of half a cardigan, but I was like, no, I'm not giving up. I'm not starting again. So I had the right instructions. I mirrored them for the left. That was okay, no problem. And then I got to the sleeves. Now, I just thought I was like, come on, Mel, you can do this. I've seen Andrew on Fruity Knitting do this. I was like, you can do this. I've got the diagram here for the measurements of the sleeve. I know my stitch count, I know my tension. So I was like, I am going to design a sleeve and it is going to work. And I have designed a sleeve. I've knitted a sleeve. I don't know if it works yet. I'll show you what I've got so far of the cardigan, okay? Never mind the little holy bit, don't look at that. It's, oh gosh, still got to bind off. So I have done the first bit. Can I put it over my little Katherine Howard? Probably. Hold on. Right. This is what I've got so far. I don't know why I'm laughing actually. It's all right, isn't it? I think she'll like it. She'll be happy. She'll be happy in her little sunny holidays with all her skin covered up. Right, so that's what I've got so far. Oh gosh, I just did this yesterday. Yeah, I think that's okay. So I need to fit the sleeves in and I'm going to stand up and sort of whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Very nice, right? Whew. So I now have one sleeve. I need to block it, make it fit. Come on, blocking, make it fit. I know that's naughty with blocking, but again, you know, desperate times call for desperate measures. And then if that fits, I'm going to get her when she's back. She's always going away, but when I see her again, I will get her to check it fits, and hopefully, obviously, she'll be like, oh, this is wonderful, bless her. And then I can do the other sleeve, and then it will be done. And thank God it will be done. She insists, she's very, very excited. I'm like, oh, I could have probably done it a little bit better, but you know, maybe I'll do her more in the future. And now I know that we love linen, and I think linen will be lovely for her skin, so I don't think she minds at all. She says she really appreciates hand knitting. Some people don't get it, but she gets it. So that's that. And that isn't too far off being completed. There's a plan. The next one I have is, this is another slight disaster. Hold on. I'll show this to you. I'm going to pull it out. It's I suppose this is a finished object, but it's a failed finished object. Oh, I love this pattern so much. This is the Alaska Sweater by Camille Descoteaux. I'm not very good at French. Look at the little trees. Look at it. It was supposed to be cropped, right? I thought, oh, I'll knit it as a bit oversized. It'll be fine. Did my tension and everything. Don't need to try it on. I'm doing great. And oh, you can't even see it in front of me. It's when you put it on. It looks absolutely dreadful because the colourwork pulls it in at the bottom. I knew that would happen. I just didn't allow for it. Colourwork pulls it in. This is much too bulky for my top. I'm lost in it. I'm drowning in it. I'm not going to try it on. I might try it on for you. Go on. I'll try it on for you and show you. It's just a disaster. I am going to be good though, and I think it's cool. I don't like ripping back, but actually, or frogging as it's called sometimes, it actually feels, it's very cathartic. When you make up your mind to do it and you do it, you're like, yes. I am going to rip it back. The only reason I haven't done that yet is because summer suddenly came to the UK and we had some sunshine. It's too warm in this really. And I just thought, well, I'm not going to wear it yet. It was really quick to knit up because it's knitted in, it's an Aran weight. Yeah, I just sort of just got put in the naughty corner really, but I will pick it up again. So I don't like things sitting unfinished. Oh gosh, I haven't shown you the one I've got under here. This is ridiculous, isn't it, for the summer? Is my Ranunculus, my summer floaty Ranunculus. Before we go on to the Alaska, this is knitted. It's Midori Hirose, the pattern. It's a very famous pattern. Everyone's knitted one, and I was like, I'm not going to knit one. Why is everyone going on about them? Oh, don't tell me what to knit, Ravelry, because I was always at the top. And then I saw Inga from Knitting Traditions podcast. She casually just wafted a black version past that she'd done in a silk mohair for the summer, and I was like, oh yes, it'll really work. And I had some of this in my stash, and I was like, it's only going to take like, it was 1.5 skeins. This is Fyberspates Cumulus in StormCloud. I got loads of it to knit my sister a really cosy cardigan for her birthday, for her 40th, and I had loads left over, and this is what I've used. Oh, the colour's great. This is my Ranunculus. Hey, that's a finished object. It's all getting mixed up, never mind. So I'm very happy with this. But going back to my failed Alaska. Well, it's not failed yet, it's a learning. You learn, don't you? You don't fail, you just learn things and move on. This is knitted in Jamiesons Aran. Jamiesons of Shetland. Can you see that okay? Is that focusing? There's the trees. Can you see that the fit is just, oh, look at that. Oh, it's rubbish. I'm not happy anyway. And then the sleeves are short. And I like the Mel Make Stuff podcast. And she was the one, I remember her saying, she likes to knit in the round. Then before she's done the sleeve, do the neckband, because then that'll pull things up and you can see. And I didn't do that, and I should have done that because I knew to do that. She'd said that, and I thought, oh, that's a really good tip, and didn't do it. So I've just got this, and you know, I could keep it. It's all right. I have blocked it and everything. Blocking can't save me all the time. But I was just like, why would I keep it and look at it and just go, I don't want to wear it because I'm sad. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to rip it back and I'm going to have fun knitting it all over again. It's a very, very, very enjoyable knit. So it's not the end of the world. So that's probably all I wanted to show you for now. There's probably more. I could talk endlessly about knitting, but I'm not going to. I promised myself if I did this, I'd keep them to like 20 to 30 minutes because I don't know, there's a limit, isn't there? Is there anything else I wanted to talk about? I live here with my partner and my 2 children. They're teenage children. They're very noisy and smelly. I love them dearly. And my lovely partner, he says he's going to edit these for me and help me out because he's good. He's technically very good. Knitting wise, I was taught to knit by my granddad, and he is from Yorkshire, and so is my grandma. My grandma could knit too, but he had the patience to teach me. My other grandma's from Plymouth, and she also knits, but I learned when I was 4 from my maternal grandparents in Yorkshire. So I've learned to knit flat, and I knit away. I seam them. I seam the pieces that I knit. That's how I learn. It's how Marie Wallin often well, does all of her patterns. And I love purling. Turns out, I thought there's a bit of a drama about purling, and I remember saying to James, my partner, like, what's all this? Oh, I can't purl. What's everyone on about? You know, I've never heard such a fuss about nothing. It turns out that, you know, if you purl the right way, it is a pain. I don't purl the right way. For years, I don't know when I started doing it, I purl the wrong way. When I purl, I'm putting the yarn round clockwise. It should be anti-clockwise. Very quick, very easy. Yarn around clockwise. I'm an English thrower. So purling and knitting, to me, the movement is very much the same. My tension's the same. I don't row out. But I twist the stitches when I purl. So when I knit through the back loop, because that untwists the stitches and it looks nicer. And I just thought, oh, that'll work. At some point I just decided, oh, well, no one's thought of knitting through the back of the loop to make it better, not realising I didn't know anyone else that knitted, and I just, well, apart from my grandparents, and I sort of left them behind. They said, well, we don't know, we can't keep up with you really, so you know, they taught me the basics, and that was that. So yeah, I just thought, like, oh, well, no one's thought of this. And yeah, knitted wrong for years and years. And it wasn't until I tried to knit my Lawrenson sweater by Lily Kate Makes, and I knitted it flat here, then joined it in the round, because I only recently learned to knit in the round. Oh, what a revelation. Joined it in the round, and then all the stitches were twisted because I didn't purl to untwist the stitches. And I sent her a picture on Instagram, and I went, I don't know what have I done? And she said, somehow you're twisting a stitch, probably on the purl side, and then you aren't untwisting. You know, you're just knitting now, because when you're in the round, you just knit, you don't purl, if you're doing stockinette or stocking stitch. And yeah, so she said, you're somehow just, you're twisting and not untwisting. I was like, oh, I'm so weird. Why do I do things a weird way? And then I saw a video of Nimble Needles, Norman on Nimble Needles, that's hard to say, and he explained about combination knitting, and I was like, oh, that's what I do. How weird. So yeah, I'm a combination flat English thrower knitter. So there you go. I am going to wrap it up there. I'm probably going to put these out once a month, I think. I don't want to overcommit. I'm very busy, I'm very tired. And I want to knit. But thank you very much for watching. And if you like this, subscribe. And you'll get notifications, I'm sure. And I will try and put things in the description about the patterns and what have you, and see if James will insert things and edit things. Thank you very much. You've been watching MelMade, and I'll see you next time. Bye.